down, put him inside in the first couple of games, and had Dan Farthing move out to the wide receiver position. But they felt they could do that to get Eric Gulliford closer to the quarterback, but he's naturally a wide receiver.
Played a little bit with the Bombers when Cal Murphy was there. First down, Riders across the 45. Saunders again. Another fine run by Mike Saunders. He has a first down. Mark it as an 11-yard gain. Riders are having success tonight for another reason, Glenn. They're averaging 7.5 yards on first down. Eskimos 4.5.
And this is how you freeze a defensive tackler. Watch Mike Saunders in the hole. Put the move on Justin Ring right there. Freeze him, get to the outside, and then switch hands with the football. That's a veteran move. The football was in Saunders' left hand. He switched it to his right hand when he felt contact coming.
Why not try it again? Mike Saunders has 7 that time.
Well, Jeremy O'Day did a nice job of picking up Doug Peterson, because Peterson is really the only guy that can ruin this play at the point of attack. But watch how Jeremy O'Day will cut him off. Jeremy O'Day slides down, cuts off Peterson at the point of attack, and that allows Saunders to slip by him.
Said Saunders liked to have the ball about 20 times a game.
Yeah.
He's had it 19. He gets one more carry, and he'll be happy.
Be careful what you wish for.
19 carries, 125 yards for Saunders. Play action fake works well, and Saunders makes the catch. Why not run him when he's running like that? Receptions, 133 yards and 3 TDs coming in. He also had 3 TDs rushing. So 6 touchdowns on the season for a guy who can really do it all for you.
Can do it all. Coming out of college in Iowa, he was drafted by the Pittsburgh Steelers, and then in '92 signed as a free agent with the Riders. Spent some time here. That's when I was a teammate with Mike Saunders and learned a lot about what kind of guy he is in the locker room, and then spent some time in San Antonio, Hamilton, and back with Saskatchewan.
And a brief stop in Toronto, too. Sarkisian avoided the first rush and threw it away wisely. No one in the area, and he pounded it into the turf.
Throw it away, and that's the wise move, because Edmonton was coming with some pressure, and they were coming from the edge. Little bit of a halfback blitz coming from Terry Ray. He provides the initial pressure. Then the guys in the middle, Robert Brown and the rest of them, get a little push, but a wise decision by Sarkisian to throw it away.
Terry Ray had a super week last week against the Bombers. He held Milt Stiegel to 1 catch.
Yeah, and that's saying something.
2nd and 10, Saskatchewan. Here they come again. Catch made, and Farthing is out of bounds. Very close to a first down.
Dan Farthing doesn't drop many passes. You know, he doesn't get a lot thrown to him, but Dan Farthing doesn't drop many passes. A little bit of a rub over there. Gets pushed hard out by Terry Ray, but hangs on to the football.
He had a couple of starts as an outside receiver in the early going this season, but he's an inside guy.
No, inside guy all the way, and that's what we talked about when they moved Eric Gulliford inside. They thought maybe get him closer to the quarterback might help and get him some stretch from the inside because of his speed, and they moved Dan Farthing outside. But Farthing, you're right, John, is a slot back. He always has been, and he is because he's smart. Your slot back can also read the blitz for you, read the coverage for you, and make the adjustments, and that's where Dan Farthing should play.
1 catch for 10 yards in the first half, 1 catch for 10 yards in the second. Although he'd like to have a few more catches, that's fairly consistent. Just first downs, right?
2 first downs. You'll take a first down anytime.
Riders with a good drive going. Continue it from the 29. Mike Saunders broke the tackle. Saunders one-on-one. And he can't be stopped tonight. He's down to the 10-yard line. He ran through a couple of Eskimos. Marcelo Simmons finally put the handle on him.
Well, right now, the Edmonton linebacking core, I'm talking about B.J. Gallus, Marcelo Simmons, and Justin Ring, are getting a little too tight to the line of scrimmage, and I think it's really hurting them trying to stop Mike Saunders. They're getting caught up there, so really, the offensive line for Saskatchewan just need to get a little piece of Ring, Gallus, or Marcelo Simmons, and it opens up a seam. Got to play off a little more. You can see right now they're about 3 yards back.
From the Eskimo 11, first down, Sarkisian buys time. That was tipped, flag down. I'm not sure if the catch was made. In fact, down at the 5, he does get a catch out of it. That's Mayfield, but a flag comes down on the coverage that was too tight by the Eskimos.
Well, the ball was tipped, so it can't be pass interference. The ball is tipped. The interference is waved off, and that ball was tipped.
There's no infraction on the play. The ball is tipped.
They threw the flag
down
on the interference.
That's right.
That official did not see the ball had been tipped, so it's a good call all around. No call. Mayfield and the Roughriders on a nice roll at Taylor Field. That's the end of quarter number 3.
You're watching Adidas Friday Night Football, and we're at the quarter. Brought to you by 1-800-HI-IT'S-ME. It's the cheapest way to call. Collect.
Welcome back to TSN Football Control. Duffy, Dunnigan, and Schultz with you. And you never like to use your starting quarterback, lose your starting quarterback, especially when he's just run 50 yards to almost set up a touchdown. Now, if Nealon Green does not return, Chris, how does it affect the Eskimo offense?
I really don't think it affects it too dramatically, because you look at Marcus Crandell and Nealon Green, they're very similar in style. And as an offensive lineman, the most important thing is you want to know where your quarterback's going to be when things break down. How does he sprint? How does he react? So that's not a big issue. And I go back to the first game of the season where these two players were so close that Don Matthews actually split time, the first half for Green, the second half for Crandell. I think if Nealon Green is out and he can't not play the next game, Crandell can still do the job. But on the other side, hey, Matt, you said it. They're going to play physical football for the Saskatchewan Roughriders, and they've had success playing that style of football.
They have, but I didn't say it. Cal Murphy did. I just repeated it. That's all. They wanted to establish a line of scrimmage, whether it was a double tights or just running the football, and they've been able to do that. We take a look at just how they do it. This is a zone run and play, and watch the backside. John Terry getting up to second level, tandem with Sean Daniels, opening up a huge hole in the middle for Mike Saunders, who's got 144 yards and 3/4 of football, taking a lot of pressure off of Steve Sarkisian. We saw him throw the ball away a little while ago. The kid's growing up. They're establishing a line of scrimmage. It makes everything that much easier.
One concern for Rider fans, the fourth quarter has been their worst all season long. They've scored just 15 points total in 6 games. All right, one other game tonight. As we showed you, Dan Giancola wins it on a long field goal. Argos beat the Owls 23-20. They're now second in the East.
Ready for the fourth quarter at Taylor Field. Here's the question. Is there a kid anywhere in Saskatchewan that doesn't have something green with a Rider logo on it?
No shot. I was here for 11 years. My kids have a closet full of green stuff. We don't even live here anymore. Everyone loves this football team.
Well, and they love them on a night like tonight where they played with some enthusiasm. As the boys mentioned, this is a long way from over because the fourth quarter has been tough against the Saskatchewan Roughriders, but they have a 5-point lead and a chance to add to it here. The drive began at the 35. Here's where they are now. 2nd and 4 to go at the Eskimo 5-yard line. Sarkisian, touchdown Taz. Eric Galliford. Second touchdown of the year, and another masterful drive for Steve Sarkisian.
Back-to-back drives really for Steve Sarkisian. Come in with confidence and get the job done.
Riders missed their last convert. They'll pay a little closer attention to this one might think. Gulliford has the touchdown. The Riders have a 26-14 lead on the Eskimos with almost all of the fourth quarter to go.
Well, in that great drive, they used everybody, really. You saw Dan Farthing was involved. Eric Gulliford made a couple of catches. Curtis Mayfield made the one that looked like it could have been interference, but wasn't because it was tipped. And, of course, Mike Saunders running the football was huge. So, right now, Steve Sarkisian using all his weapons in that offense.
Yeah, but I didn't want to push him because I thought I was going to end up picking your man. But then I saw when I hit him, he fell.
Well, part of it is created because Mike Saunders hits the flat in a hurry, but Eric Gulliford takes off on Cavis Reed. You're going to see the matchup. He was talking about, I made my move, and Reed fell. See him fall down? That's shaking and baking. When you don't even touch the guy and you just give him a shakes of the shoulder pad, you can knock him down with that and get a guy like Cavis Reed, who is one of the best in the league on the corner, to see him fall down like that. You're making a move.
He was on the ground. He was sitting on the ground. I threw it right. I mean, I didn't want to lead you. Right in the face mask. Hey, he was sitting down.
Well, they haven't seen all that many smiles at the Saskatchewan Roughrider bench so far this season. But this has been a well-played ball game by the Riders, save one, maybe two plays. However, they're against the Eskimos, and there's too much time left to be confident completely. Here's the Giz, Henry Williams, his best return of the night. Fred Bailey, I should say, number 6. Bailey returning, and he's out inside the 45. 9 plays, 75 yards.
So, Fred.
Gulliford has the touchdown. But now the Eskimos have field position on a great return by Fred Bailey.
Well, Gulliford was laughing because he said, did you just see Fred? Of course, Fred Bailey was here on the practice roster in Saskatchewan for some time, so all the Riders know him. Gulliford looks up and smiles, says, you just see Fred run that one back? You know Fred Bailey wants to take off and maybe show something to his old coach, Cal Murphy, and also show something to his new coach, Don Matthews, that he can maybe run back some kicks.
72 yards on the return by Fred Bailey. Matthews has a chance to hit the scoreboard once more, but he'll have to do it with his backup quarterback. It's 26-14 on Adidas Friday night.
Sometimes your returner can set up your block angles. Watch Fred Bailey head this way, set up angles for his blockers, and then take it the opposite field. It's just creating angles so that your blockers can set up the guys trying to make the tackles, and then a little move there, get to the outside, and Fred Bailey's got good field position for the Edmonton Eskimos to start this one.
Absolutely correct. They're set up at the Riders 36. Crandall at quarterback. Under the coverage, he has Tobert, and Tobert is hammered out of bounds by Bamadel Ali.
Well, Nealon Green won't return to this football game, it looks like, so it'll be up to Marcus Crandall, the guy who was supposed to start the season for Saskatchewan, Edmonton, and really be the guy, the starting quarterback. All off season, Don Matthews said that Marcus Crandall was going to be handed the reins here in Edmonton, and that changed in a hurry when Nealon Green started running.
Green is number 1 for now, but Crandall gets an opportunity to get back into the lineup here. Looking deep. He's got Bond and missed him by about a foot and a half.
Looked like it's going to be roughing the passer, but you know Marcus Crandall would much rather have the pass back than the penalty. Terry Vaughn is going to get wide open in a bust in the coverage.
Major foul, roughing the passer, Saskatchewan number 98. It's first down.
And here's the penalty. Arkel Trulock.
Yeah, it's on Arkel Trulock. Number 98 coming around. He's right in the middle of your screen. Now he's got him there. Doesn't have to throw him on the ground and jump up in the air and do all that stuff. You know,
he was wrapped up by Michael Lawson, and Trulock didn't have to do a thing.
No, Doug Peterson got a penalty very similar to that. The Sarkisian drive line. That was Trulock's turn.
That caused a touchdown. We'll see if this one does too. Added confidence for the Eskimos. Just outside the 12. There it is. Mills on a great fake. Marcus Crandall pulled it off brilliantly, and Troy Mills found the end zone from 11 yards out. So a penalty costly to the Saskatchewan Roughriders.
Leo Groenwagen is going to pull to his left, get to the point of attack, and kick out Arkel Trueluck, and that creates the huge lane. Troy Mills trots into the end zone.
So it should be back to a 5-point spread when the Eskimos add the single point here.
We got to show that block one more time by the veteran of 13 years, Leo Groenwagen. He's going to come across. Here he is right here. Come across and get the big kick-out block on Arkel Trueluck. Watch this block that springs Troy Mills. Here comes Leo Groenwagen. Kick out on Trueluck. Gets a block by Dybert, and he's in the end zone.
Mills in his first game since week 1 into the end zone, and Crandall looked pretty effective on the drive. Handled himself well.
Well, Troy Mills will be the first one to tell you that pretty much anyone could have run in the end zone on that play, because he got some pretty good help up front from Groenwagen, and then of course Scott Dybert made a big block on the linebacker, Nealon Green. Can only cheer on his team at this point.
Roughriders lead it 26-21. A 5-point spread, and that makes things rather interesting, doesn't it? Start thinking field goals and what can happen in the final 12 minutes and 53 seconds of the final quarter. Nikiasen and Saunders back for Saskatchewan. This is Kennedy Nikiasen, forward and Regina. He's out to the 40-yard line, and here's Ray Morrison.
Guys, Nealon Green, his injury is a hamstring. Apparently, some people from the Edmonton Eskimos bench were telling us that he was complaining about the hamstring being a little bit tight at the half, and definitely on that hit, Glenn, there was a pop, and as you say, when the ice goes on, that's a bad sign, so we'll have to wait. Probably the Eskimos don't know what will happen with Nealon Green until they get a further look at him.
Yeah, they'll have to settle down and see by tomorrow how that thing progresses and test it out tomorrow, take a look at it, but I mean, at least it's not a blown-out knee. Hamstrings usually can be 3 to 5 weeks, depending on knees, can sometimes be careers or seasons.
Sarkisian to his left. Mayfield made the catch.
Oh, boy, you know.
There's a marker down.
Mayfield made the catch, but Charles Anthony was awful close.
Looked a little dangerous. It might have hung up there.
Well, Steve Sarkisian,
split second or so,
has thrown a couple for touchdowns
on similar patterns, or at least out into the flat area there.
He has, and that one was very close. Charles Anthony was breaking downhill and almost had that one. We'll see what the penalty is.
Procedure, Saskatchewan, no end, penalties decline, second down.
2nd and 10 then. And Murph doesn't like it.
Well, I thought it was knee to knee when Curtis Gallick hit Nealon Green. This is how he got hurt. Gallick's the one who's going to bring him down there, but when that knee hit that outside leg, it must have pushed it forward, and that was the pop that Ray Morrison talked about that they heard when that happened. And that's not a good sign when you hear the pop. That's pulled muscle.
Check that. This is 2nd and 8, Saskatchewan. Sarkisian down one more time. Gallus was there. B.J. Gallus should get credit for that. Sixth sack of the game by the Eskimos.
Yeah, they're getting after him. I mean, they sent some halfback blitzes and they sent a lot of linebacker blitzes. The Edmonton Eskimos have provided the pressure. Sarkisian has been able to read it in a couple of drives. And he looks like he's limping a little bit over there on the sideline after that sack.
It's low. McCallum digs it out. And Henry Williams is under it. Here's the give. Could break one. McCallum dives at him and trips him up. McCallum might have saved the touchdown there because the Giz was in full flight. Sarkisian limping on the sidelines. This is Adidas Friday Night Football. Back to Taylor Field in time for the Eskimo first down. Set up on a 32-yard return by the Giz. It's Crandall at quarterback, and he missed. Terry Vaughn.
Terry Vaughn's had a tough night. You think of the week that he's coming off of. CFL Player of the Week offensively, of course, with his Edmonton record-breaking performance versus the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. He's had a tough night tonight. Full credit to the secondary in Saskatchewan and really put a blanket on him.
Last week, 10 catches, 275 in yardage, and a couple of touchdowns. He's had a couple here tonight, but no touchdowns. 2nd and 10, Edmonton. Here's the heat. Crandall is down, wrapped up by Ali. Baladell Ali has played a solid game for Saskatchewan. Cal Murphy was talking about the pressure up front, helping to create those opportunities in the secondary. Another example here.
Yeah, you see Willie Pless take off in the middle. He's going to occupy the blocks, and then Bomadelli Ali is going to come up and get the big play. See, Pless occupies the blocks in the middle, and that made Bruce Beaton to the outside hesitate a minute. When he hesitated, he was beat. Here it is. Look at this. This is Bomadelli Ali. Now watch Pless come up. That makes Bruce Beaton hesitate. When he hesitates, Bomadelli Ali goes right by him, and his right arm, Marcus Crandall.
Nice kick coming down near the 20-yard line. Gulliford has to step out after about a 4-yard return.
Step the fuck up.
Well, we talked about what it would take for Saskatchewan to win this football game. Don't give it away. Other than the one interception, Sarkisian's playing pretty well in that category, so we'll give him that so far. Make plays on D, couple picks tonight. Now they have to win the 4th quarter. If they can do that, they win the game.
So the penalty forces Sarkisian back inside the 10-yard line.
Now, what
illegal block on the return.
Now, John, what has been working for Saskatchewan so far tonight?
Mike Saunders has worked well.
That's right, Mike Saunders. You go back to Mike Saunders, especially when you're backed up in the shadow of your own goalpost.
Saunders with 20 carries, 144 yards, 2 catches for 23 more. 167 for Saunders. Sarkisian isn't going there. He has Farthing. Farthing recovers and gets close to a first down. We like the way Farthing is playing tonight.
Well, we've seen Doug Peterson get a late hit penalty when he gave Steve Sarkisian a little too much in there. Watch Doug Peterson on this little stunt, moves to the inside. There's Doug Peterson. Now, when he comes up the field, take a look at how he decides on the good decision here. Hold on, hold him up. No, look to the ref and say, no, I didn't hurt him. I'm holding him here. No problem. I actually like him.
Sometimes you can get a little shot in there and then hold him up anyway. Farthing picked up 9. This is 2nd and 1. And here comes Mike Saunders. The Eskimos were waiting, but Saunders has enough for the first down.
Gene Mikowski gets a pretty good block this time on Doug Peterson, and this is a battle. You watch the block right here. There's Doug Peterson. Watch the block to Gene Mikowski, number 6. He just head up, push him to the inside. A little bit of a takedown, no blood, no foul. Keep on playing.
9:07 left in the final quarter. Saskatchewan leads by 5. Riders with a first down at the 20. Saunders spun and grabbed about 3.
Boy,
Marcelo Simmons.
Tell you what, it was 3, and you can give the 3 completely to Mike Saunders because he was met 3 yards deep in the backfield. It really was a 6-yard gain. Ben Fairbrother working on Doug Peterson. He's going to drive block him, but Robert Brown made the play up it early. Mike Saunders broke that tackle and got up the field.
It's a gain of 4, 2nd and 6, Saskatchewan. Sarkisian looks to put it out.